welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to do my collective August haul, so I do these every month of all the plants that I buy during the month because why not? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, let's get started. So first off, I wanted to go through kind of my new obsession right now, which are my orchids, obviously. So this is actually the first one that I bought that sparked this orchid craziness. I clearly still don't know much about them, so don't come at me if I don't know the names or if I mispronounce them, or ask me for any care tips because I clearly don't know anything. So this is the first one, and it's a VANDA orchid. So it's called VANDA MINIATUM, and it's just like a very stiff-leaved, kind of very unique looking Hoya. Oh, what am I saying? Unique looking orchid. So I can't wait to see the blooms on this. They should be, I think, orange flowers when they bloom, and generally should be blooming in springtime. So not this year, but hopefully next year it will give me some flowers. And yeah, I got this from a local nursery called Kim's Nature, and this was the first of many orchids that I've bought. The other orchids that I got were from this seller in Montreal. His name is Manu, and I found him through a recommendation from a friend. And yeah, I was able to get some of the orchids. This one is supposed to be a good easy beginner one, which is the ONCIDIUM Twinkle. This one is the Oro. So I think it might give either yellow blooms or white blooms. Not 100% sure, but this should be like a nice easy bloomer. This one already has a flower spike, so it's just a matter of waiting for the blooms to come out. There is a piece of hair. So I'm really excited for this one. I got a few easy bloomers just so I don't have too much trouble getting them to bloom. I also have like phals in my home, but those are more like my mom's orchids. This one is the other twinkle that I got, so the same, you know, ONCIDIUM twinkle, but this one is called the Fragrance Fantasy, which I think another name for it is the White Fantasy. So this one should have white blooms, and both of the twinkles have flower spikes already, so hopefully soon we will get to see some flowers. And next up is another orchid that I think recently got renamed to be a Phalaenopsis. So this is the Japonica. So this one is also a little bit on the smaller side. So I tend to like orchids that either have very stiff leaves or look more compact. So I don't like it when the leaves kind of drape over the pot too much, because I kind of like to, you know, make my greenhouse very crowded, and I put a lot of plants in there. So if it's kind of smaller, it's more space saving, and I can fit more plants. So that one is the Japonica. Also don't know much about it, so if you guys have any care tips, make sure to comment them down below. This one is a true miniature orchid. So this one's actually mounted on a piece of wood, so it's just in a pot just for like convenience sake. So this is the orchid, and it actually has a little flower already that's going to bloom, and it's just the tiniest little orchid, and I think it's so adorable. Like if I put this beside my face, you'll actually see how small it is. So I didn't know that in the world of orchids there were anything other than phals before, so this is really eye-opening, and I think there's quite a lot to learn for sure. But this one is the miniature orchid. I'll leave the name on the screen because I can never remember this one. It starts with an H and it's very hard to pronounce. But yeah, those are the orchids. I also got a jewel orchid, which let me show you. This is the jewel orchid that I got. So I actually got some from a friend and some from a seller that I found off Facebook Marketplace. So this is called the LUDISIA Discolor. So it's a jewel orchid. So it's more kind of known for its foliage and leaves as opposed to its blooms. So the blooms are just like very dainty white little flowers, which are nothing like too crazy special, but they're still pretty. But I just really like the velvety texture of the foliage and just how cool they look. It's essentially like a houseplant, so you care for them similar to a houseplant versus, you know, very difficult orchids that some people might get. This is a good beginner orchid, the jewel orchids. And yeah, they're very easy to root and just grow really prolifically and very, very gorgeous. So can't wait to do something with this and have it bloom for me eventually, or at least grow new like shoots. So this one is really cool, called the LUDISIA Discolor. Those are all the orchids that I have, and now let's kind of move on to the Hoyas. So I got 2 Hoyas this month. They were both from friends actually, so I didn't purchase any because I haven't really seen any during restocks that I really wanted, or I didn't really want to spend so much on Hoyas anymore, just because I've already spent a lot and I kind of want to do more trades from now on with my current collection just to grow my collection. But yeah, this one is the HOYA MEMORIA. So this one is a nice small leafed Hoya, has some splashing, and there's some new leaves over on this side. And there's even like a peduncle, like an old peduncle stem that might eventually flower for me, hopefully. But yeah, this one is a really cute Hoya. So I got this from my friend who gifted it to me for, you know, helping him out with some plants. So I'm really happy with this. It originally reminded me of a pubicalyx when I saw photos of it, but now that I see it in person, it's a lot kind of smaller and like not as long, because pubicalyx look more like very long, very skinny, but this one is definitely a lot cuter. I like this more than the pubicalyx. Next up is an unrooted cutting that I want to show you guys, and it's also from another friend, and I keep this in a little takeout container with some sphagnum moss. So this is how it's looking like, and I'll probably be airing it out every couple days. But yeah, I just have some like kind of wet sticks in here to propagate, and this is the Hoya cutting, which is just absolutely stunning. So this is the HOYA ELLIPTICA. So it has some really cool veining. It's supposed to look like a turtle shell, and I definitely agree. It looks super cool. It has some new growth at the top already, so hopefully that survives the rooting process. But yeah, currently it's just sitting in some moss. The nodes are really close together, so it was a little hard for me to actually pot this up. So that's why it's just going to be sitting inside this box for now, and I hope it will be okay. So that's that one. So those were the only 2 Hoyas that I got. So I didn't get too many Hoyas this month. Crystal Star also didn't do any releases this month, and I usually buy my Hoyas from them because they're for the most part affordable and kind of conveniently located. I don't have to go too out of my way. So last 2 plants are African violets. So let me show you my first one. This one is just a normal African violet. So I found this on clearance at my local nursery. So it came with this white ceramic pot and so many beautiful purple blooms. So this one was only $5. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. I bought my other African violet from Walmart for $5, and it didn't come with a ceramic pot. So I think I'm really happy with this one. So now I have a pink and white one, and now this purple one. So those are my 2 African violets that I have that are the regular variety. I really like the fuzzy leaves, and I like how prolific the blooms are, and they can bloom year round. So definitely a fan of African violets. So this is my other African violet. So this is a variegated African violet called Love in Bloom. So that's the name that it came with, and the leaves are a little bit variegated, and they're kind of more like ripply looking, so there's more texture to the edges of the leaves. As you can see, this one right here is actually pretty variegated, so it looks really nice. And I see 2 blooms kind of shooting from the bottom, so can't wait for this to flower for me. And when it does, I will definitely be showing you guys either on Instagram or YouTube, because I just love my African violets, and my other 2 variegated African violets are just not doing so well. So I was really happy to find this one, and I don't have this variety yet, so I figured why not, right? So actually I had one more plant. So this is my Begonia maculata. So I bought this one from a big box store called Lowe's, and it was originally in a 6-inch pot. So it came in a ceramic pot that I actually have my Aglaonema Silver Bay back here in. So it was originally in that big pot, right? So I downsized it because when I took a look at the roots, I didn't see that it was that substantial and needed such a big pot. So I now downsized it to a 4-inch pot, and I think it's happier now. It looks a lot bushier and less sparse. So I'm just gonna grow it in here for now. Some of the leaves are a little bit damaged because, you know, you buy it from a big box store, you can't expect too much, right? Because I bought this for $20 and it's quite a big plant in my opinion, and it came with a pot, so I'm not too like upset about it. But this one is definitely my first begonia. So once I figure out the care, I will probably be making a video about it, so stay tuned for that. I'm kind of getting into begonias, believe it or not. I don't generally like kind of flimsy foliage, but I really like how different the leaves could be. This one has polka dots, but other ones are kind of just fuzzy, or they're like they have lines on them. They're just like so many different types of begonias. So to dive into the whole world of angel wing begonias seem very complicated, so it will definitely take me some time. But yeah, that pretty much concludes today's video. I didn't buy too many Hoyas or philodendrons this month just because of the crazy prices on the market right now. So I kind of wanted to test out different types of plants and see if I enjoy them. And I think I've found some new cool plants that I will probably be getting really into and obsessed with in the near future. So stay tuned for all the videos coming. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.